All right. What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Little bonus stream kind of thing. Let's get into things, shall we? Hope you're doing well. Long time no see kind of situation. Last time we built this whole reinforced plate and rotor factory, and it is working nicely. Seems to be working as intended. We got our modular frames running across the way. It does seem like we are still kind of getting up to speed here with the encased beams, but I think that's more of a supply issue on the train side of things that I would probably have to investigate. I think I remember saying something about maybe pipes being a little bit slow. We are sinking a lot of them. Maybe we should stop doing that. A couple of things. I need to, let me get the modeler going real quick. I forgot to do that. I always seem to forget to do that. And then we can start to figure out what the plan is going to be for our electronics factory. That's really the goal for today. I want to get this running, obviously, and then we have designed the electronics factory, so we really just have to build it. But yeah, I think we drop down here. We have our train bringing in steel. These lines are no longer in use. These two are. Okay, so the top line's full, bottom line's not. That's a problem. If we fly around here real quick, like, yeah, I think it's because we're just overflowing aggressively. Seems to be the case. So, but we have to do that because we are using quite a lot. Well, we have a like 70 or 80 per minute left over, I think. If we go back here, we can see 73. So we don't want that to build up because that would cause a problem. Perhaps we try putting this belt a little slower. Right, because if we only want 70 per minute to go through there, that would ideally back it up into storage a little bit longer, so then when the next train comes, let's see how that does. We also are going to investigate the modular engine factory and just make sure things are kind of working, you know. Hello. So motors seem to be doing fine, and hopefully they're going into the storage room. I see heavy modular frames going, wonderful. We don't have normal modular frames going, and we should. We are building extra, so we do want those going as well. That'll be fun. Where did those go again? Top right? These signs are very helpful. It's dark though. Yeah. So, that's over here. It could be even closer though. But that's them right there. So, I mean, if we go basically right here, I think that would be pretty good. Just clean that up a little bit. This does not matter. This is going to be one of those temporary things that lasts a really long time. Yo, Oliver, what's up, man? I'm doing well. How are you? I thought there was floor there. There's no floor. Right. So we got to get a line in from over here. I think easiest solution is to just throw a smart splitter on that guy. Or maybe in the line. Better. Let's see, because if we could get a line, I guess like right there. Would this work? This would work, right? I could just nudge this, sorry. I just said, would this work? Good, what are we working on today? We are finishing the steel factory, which is back here at the home base. And then once we have that going, we are going to work on the electronics factory. All towards getting these adaptive control units done. It's the main overall focus. Okay, that just stopped working. It's unfortunate. What if we do it this way? Okay, so right there, I know that's kind of a lot, but I don't know if we have this going the right way. We don't. Right? Should be like that. So, we want the center output to be the priority, but then if it's got anything backed up to there, you overflow, and then that can just drop out, nope, drop. There we go. Okay, so it'll take a while, because it's got a lot to do still, but we'll get there at some point. We're making like 5 extra per minute, so eventually it'll catch up. And I think that's it. Oh no, and then I do have to get rotors. Yes. And reinforced plates. We got to send those into the storage room as well. So let's do that. And then this place should be good for a little while. So here, we're going to just take this one. Oh, where do we want to go in with this? As much as I say I'm going to rebuild this, like if this works, we're not going to rebuild it. We can go in really anywhere over here is fine. Let's see. We should probably stagger it a little bit, so go further back though. Let's go back here. And then these, we are going to have to run... Yeah, we have to run these all the way back, which is a little bit of a bummer. So let's get these hooked up, and then we'll kind of go from there. So, save. It is important to think about which one's going to do what. So if I remember correctly, and I probably don't, so let's go take a look. But if I do remember correctly, it was rotors on the right-hand side and reinforced plate on the like bottom, kind of inside, left side. Yeah, so I think this one's rotors, I think, right? So let's follow it back. Ooh, look at me go. Okay. So that is rotors, which means this one is reinforced plate, right? Wonderful. Okay, so we remembered, but it's always nice to verify. Gotta make sure. I am enjoying this quite a bit. It's looking good. I do say so myself. It's starting to make the vision be real. Alright, so we want to go from here and put... I love biofuel. This is so good. We're just floating around. I want to put reinforced plates there and rotors there, which I think works out for our arrangement pretty well. So, already got it set up that way. Nice. We don't need to do that, but we're just going to do that. And those are good. And here, I think we're going to go back up just because I like having stuff on the same level. Those. Now we got plates. All right. Awesome. So I do have a blueprint. I don't think it would be worth using right here because it's kind of compact building area, if you know what I mean. A little tight. So we'll just run these back. We're already back, so yeah, I guess this little belt highway lives to see another day. Definitely don't want to rebuild this if I can avoid it. I'm sure it'll happen at some point. Okay, so we got one there, one down there. So what I'm trying to think makes sense. I know this is a mixed, just absolute kind of mess, but of belt types, but it's fine. Go like that, and then we go like that. The craziness is the point, I think. Okay, cool. Also, have any mercer screws? I do. Excellent. I had the idea of adding another depot on top of things that we use a lot of, because while it won't increase our capacity, it does increase the upload speed. So it's pretty good, you know. So for like stuff we use a lot of, like steel beams and, you know, concrete and iron rods and all that kind of stuff, if we could do something here, I don't know, it might be interesting. Might be worth messing with this for a few minutes. Oh wait, what if we did that? And then... Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, come on, that's gonna work, right? I think this might be the first time I've used these for like anything, if this actually works. Okay, that's what it's snapping to, but there's no way that's tracked. That's correct. Wow, how is that? It doesn't look right at all, but I'll take it. Okay. Yeah, see, we're going up 2 at a time now instead of 1 at a time. So I think that's worth it. And then once we get the better upgrade in the MAM, that would actually do a whole lot more, right? Technology. Yeah, this one. We need 23 of them, that's why we don't have that yet. But that's like kind of a cheap workaround. I think that's pretty good. What else do we use a lot of, really? mainly just iron rods. And iron plates sometimes. Encased beams, but not really like that anymore. Although kinda sorta. Depends on what we're building. If we're building like manufacturers, then yes, like we burn through those like crazy. So maybe we just do it. Feels good. All right, cool. Otherwise, I think that's good. I would like more biofuel. Thank you. Let's do a little inventory cleaning up here, because I really don't need this stuff. Take that. Just kind of thin this down to real stacks. Okay. So that's all looking good. Let's see, is the steel line looking any better coming from the train, or is that... Okay, those are all working, which is a very good sign, because that's heavy modular frames, which is telling me that maybe that is starting to get better. But also maybe it's not. I don't know. Well, it is empty. Empty. Okay, so it's not doing great. It could be, oh, it's just clearing off though, I guess. Yeah, and these guys, heavy modular frames, are fed by the home base setup. I think I know what the answer is, and I think it's to change the overflow at the end, from being at the end to pushing it back to the beginning. But I think we would need like another line of buffers and stuff, which we could figure that out. But I also want to go check and make sure that we're actually producing the right amount of stuff at both factories, because there's a good chance that one in particular is messed up. So before we change up too much, I will tear this down, and then we can kind of investigate a couple of things. Yeah, let's take that out. Doing a little bit of cleanup here while we are in the area, because otherwise it'll sit here for the next, 100 hours, so don't forget about it. Nice. Okay, so that's all good. Yeah, concrete. We have a lot of concrete, so that doesn't terribly surprise me. So much so that that's actually backlogging. Should that be... Wait, should that be backing up that much? That does kind of tell me there's a bit of a weird situation going on here. So we should only have like 11 per minute extra. Yeah. Whoops. I know we had a lot in the system, but that should clear out. Although if these aren't running... yeah, that would be why. Never mind. Never mind. Not that kind of thing. Okay, let's quickly check this out. Just make sure that the steel pipes are running. If they're running, fine. We'll run over there. We'll check that. I realized I could also take out this piece of track, but I think I'm gonna leave it because it might just be good to have in the future. But the train doesn't use it anymore; it goes this way, so it's okay. All right, where are steel pipes? They're like in there, right? Really need a door. I keep saying that. I haven't made one. Yeah. Why are you stalled out? Good problem. Not right now. Is it you? It's you. Okay. That's telling me there's a bit of an issue. Yep, here we go. Aren't these 360 curved? This should be fine. That is fine. So what seems to be going on? Okay, so you're going here, and then you go over into what is beams, right? This is steel beams, yeah. Okay. And that, you only consume 240? Is that what's happening here? No. Okay, that's 120 times 3. That's 360. So why are you back? Because you're not getting enough concrete. Oh. Question mark. Okay. You should be a smart splitter, and you're not. That could be the issue here. So we're gonna say any undefined. Yeah, prioritize that, and then stuff can go here. I have concrete, so I can help fix this problem. But okay, so that and that, and that, and here you go. Okay, so that's steel beams running again. So what was happening was it was splitting off the rip here and then sending a bunch down here, where it was then sending what it needed to into there and then just overflowing the rest. So it was sending way too much down the overflow line because I hadn't set up the priorities correctly, which shit happens. Let me add some of these. That's why you gotta come back sometimes and check things. So, all good. So that will hopefully address both having so much concrete on the train and so little steel pipes, because we were not sending the right amount of stuff to each. Now that doesn't solve the issue of this steel line, though. This one. I feel like there's a belt on here or something. Or a lift somewhere. Yep. Yep. Okay. At least I was right. That's good. Okay, so that will solve that problem as well. The joys of upgrading things. Okay, I know we weren't making a ton here, but it was like, I think a couple hundred per minute were coming from this factory. So, I mean, that definitely will have an impact. Yeah, I mean, that's 125 right there, so let's do that. Just kind of give the steel a chance to catch up. Once it gets in there, it doesn't matter. So we got one more up here. So this was probably the issue, because I think the other place is running kind of okay, you know? So that will start getting steel once this other level is good. There we go. Some starting to make its way up. Just kind of want to make sure it can get running and stay running. I don't really need these steel pipes anyway. Yeah, we just want to see that get a couple rounds worth of steel ingots, right? So like 20 or 30. That's kind of cool. Let's go for 25. Cool. All right, so that should sort out our steel pipe production. Hello. Need to do anything there? No, good. Okay, cool. And then if we go back down here, you guys all got concrete now. Very good. And then, yeah, Les is heading down there. Okay. Now there should be a lot more steel, which there is. Very good. Cool. Alright, so he just left, which is good. Let's hop on a train and go out here, and then just kind of do a quick look at things and make sure that nothing similar is happening over there. You know, there would be anything like that going on, but there's a chance. So we're just gonna check on steel pipes. Really, that's it. And just hope that they are working and they're not hacked up. We like this place. This is definitely my favorite factory so far. The train coming? Yep. I'm seeing a lot of yellows, but that's, I think, in a part of the base that's okay for that to be yellow, because a lot of that's for automated wiring, which isn't running. Wait, why is there concrete? Oh yeah, I remember. Is that a problem? This might be a little bit of a problem. I don't think it's going into anything right now, which is good, but we do have to clear all this concrete off the belt. Yeah, okay, I was just belting it. Good. Just do this really quickly. Okay, so this is for high-speed connectors in the future. I don't think we will use this train. I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll figure it out. I haven't decided yet, but we have to get them over here and automated wiring back. So maybe we'll make like a little express train that just handles that. Lovely. So if I were steel pipes, I would be like over in that direction, if I remember correctly. There's a lot going on here, obviously. So should be level 1. Yeah. And okay, yeah, steel beams being backed up kind of sort of makes sense. Steel pipes seem like they're doing pretty well. I take that back. They're doing horribly. Okay. Why is that? What? How much are we making? A lot. There. Okay. How much are you making? 50, right? And we've got 4, so that's 200 and 400. It says 920. Is the top one underclocked, maybe? Probably. Okay, so this line is backing up for some reason. I think I might know why. Okay, so what I believe we did, yes, is we set it up so that this top line will compress down a little bit onto here to make it a line of 480, but we need to add a priority merger here. So that's the center. Yeah. So I want to say that the right input should take priority, which should back this up onto the other line. If we did this correctly. So these guys should start to empty out. Which they are, but let's just speed this process up. And then what we should see I'm gonna have to go around and do these on all of them, but bit by bit, you know, little piece at a time. Is this line should start to slowly add in what it needs to. But there also might be a consumption issue, so let's go check that too. Okay, right, so this is the one that's feeding modular frames. And then it's dropping down. That all looks good. Believe that. Got 2 lines going. So let's get it right. I shouldn't have dropped down like this though. So this is what we're looking at. It's going into a smart splitter. Oh, you're being used for rotors and stators. Yeah. So that's why you're backing up. 'Cause yeah, then the overflow from rotors goes into stators. I guess we could just start syncing stators to make things run a little smoother. And then that line is supposed to be the one that has all the steel for the train and stuff. Because I don't want to send steel on the train right now from that line, because it's not supposed to go there, you know? We could very easily overflow these. Oh, looks like I already started to have that idea. Okay. There is easy option right there. Okay, so let's do this real quick just to kind of get this place running a little bit smoother. Let's hook this back up. This is for, I believe, rubber or plastic. One of them. Rubber, okay. And then we'll be over here. Just kind of sneak over here, and then I think that's it. Oh no, we had it. Alright, I mean that's gonna take a while. There's a lot of stators in there. But that'll help things out a little bit. That'll get the rest of the place running a little bit smoother. I think down there we're doing pretty good. That's our modular engine tower. I'm not going all the way up there. But yeah, that seems okay. Okay, so now steel pipes are probably doing a little bit better. It wasn't exactly the problem you were trying to solve, but it was a problem. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Okay, cool. That, I know why that's doing that, and I'm too lazy to fix that right now. So we're gonna leave that alone. Let's take the hypertube back. It's gonna fire us out somewhere towards the main base, so that'll be good. Hey, what's up, Drakus? Sorry, I just saw your message, man. How are we doing today? Oh, it's getting warm in this room already. Goodness. Excuse me. I'm trying to think. No, yeah, let's go back to the steel factory, and I think what I'm gonna do is just dump a bunch of steel pipes into storage and just see if it can kind of catch up, and then I'll also put an overflow in further back in the line. Okay, for science, am I just gonna get shot into the side of this stuff? Yep. Yeah, we're fine. That's good. Works for me for now. Alright. Let's take that out. We gotta eventually clean up the home. down for now. Alright, so... I think things are looking good. Oh, he's freaking out. And I just want to add in more steel pipes. I do see we've got some. Great. Here's some more, and here's some more. Alright, so hopefully that just helps catch up here. I am just gonna kind of clear that guy out. Hopefully that will start to catch up a little bit faster. And then let's see, how are things looking here? I guess it's good. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's doing okay. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if it's able to balance out. Hopefully it does. Okay. So, with that running, I'm gonna call that kind of good. We'll keep an eye on it, obviously. But we can now back ourselves out into phase 3. Plans yet again, and head over to the oil facility. There's a lot of stuff going on, I know, I'm sorry. And kind of take a look at where we're at. So, this is the ultimate plan. There's a lot going on. We've already started all of this. Right, so we have our rubber and our plastic already being made. I think we have to adjust that actually a little bit, but it should be fine. And then the goal is going to be to get our electronics running. We're going to use some quartz from the main base here. Probably going to use vehicles to bring them back, like trucks, to kind of bring the computers and all the parts back to where we want them. And then, yeah, should be pretty cool. It's going to be a pretty large area, as you can tell by the machine numbers here. Pretty tall towers. We're going to build it on top of the refinery block, so it should look pretty cool. Let's head over there and kind of take stock of what we have. I know we have a copper node nearby. We have the quartz node back over there. So the main thing that we're kind of on the hunt for is Caterium. There is Caterium out here in the desert, so that part isn't too hard to get. Ideally, there's some closer, you know, to us over here. But if we got to branch out a little bit, build a train, do something, we'll make it work. So, alright, in terms of oil and rubber and all that, plastic and rubber, yeah, we're definitely doing some different things here. I'll say it that way. Yeah, 400 per minute. We should be making 400. Okay, just 400. Yep. I think we were using a lot more before to scale up for versatile frameworks, and then kind of scratch that idea. So you're making rubber, a whole bunch of rubber. And I just don't think I ever built the plastic ones, it seems like. Because that's, I mean, this is the refinery block. Nope. Okay, cool. So that's kind of fine. So we're just going to take this line out, or just change the recipes, really, and then expand on it. Kind of go from there. Which made a biofuel modular plant in Satisfactory Plus producing 240 megawatt, 2400, sorry, from one node. Impressive. I don't know what a node of biomass means, you know, like, but cool. It sounds cool. So we want to switch this guy over to plastic, and if we're doing 20 things of plastic, 20 per minute, that is another 400. Let's get rid of that, and then that would mean that we're making 200 heavy oils. Nope. Plastic. 20, 10. It's an algae node, basically automated biomass. Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's kind of cool, huh? I kind of... Interesting. Interesting idea. Okay. So here... That's gonna mean... Yeah, we gotta kind of route lines. It's important how we do that. But we might already be doing that in a good way. Let's check real quick. So this is the oil. Yep. And that's the heavy oil residue. Yep. Oh yeah, 2 plus 4 is 6. So that's totally fine. 600 in a pipe is technically okay. Seems like it's holding on. Alright, let's just slap down a bunch of oil refineries then and get this place running. We're sinking all this plastic anyway, so that part doesn't matter. Okay, so that should be 8, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. 1, 4, 10. 12. 14. 16. 15. Yep, I'm lining up with that one. With 1. Okay, these guys are stalled out because they have too much heavy oil residue. Yep, and that is kind of fine. And by kind of fine, I mean totally fine. Ooh, careful. Careful. You know what? Let me think about that for a moment. Let me build a walkway. That way I'm not bouncing around. And I should have said recipes, but it's fine. So, let's get you. You just walk this. So the bulk of this stuff is going to be used for like circuit boards, high-speed connectors. We'll keep a little bit of each. Sorry, my brain was lagging there for a second, but we'll keep a little bit of each for, you know, building and whatever kind of stuff we need to unlock and all that kind of good stuff. And then majority will be for space elevator stuff. So much for this walkway. I still have to jump if I got up here. Kind of works. This is just not a very good spot for power. You could just daisy chain these now. I mean, I'm just doing it this way because I have it set up. Right. that, and just start pasting stuff. Dr. Screenshot on Discord. Great, I'll take a look at that. Just finish doing this. So once these are running, yeah, these guys should start emptying out the heavy oil. And then now that these guys are running, they should help supply what's needed. Hopefully things are staying going here. Yep, we're looking good. It's our diluted packaged fuel. Alright, let me take a look at this real quick. I'm curious. Oh, that's a nice little thing. Nifty. I like it, dude. Very nice. Alright. We are probably gonna build, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe we'll just leave that open. All that good. Alright, so this is really all good. Now we have plastic, we have rubber, and power is working. Let's kind of figure out Caterium, and let's set up our to-do list to be a little bit better. So we want to find Caterium, and then it's really like get copper built, which is like the 12 refineries or whatever we need. And then it's kind of just working through electronics build. So quick wire, circuit boards, and then cops and high-speed connectors. But we also have to get quartz. And I think that's pretty good. We also want to check on some of those things. Oh, I already have a note there. Yep. That's important. Definitely want to check the manufacturer one. Okay. So I'm just checking, otherwise I think that's fine. Alright, we'll keep an eye on it. Hopefully it's good. Autosave. Alright, let's find some Caterium. I should really build radar towers, but I might be able to build them now. Oh, there we go. Lovely. Normal and a pure. Look at that. Okay, great. So that's what we're going to go for. But I understand that, man. Yeah. It does. It is a lot to learn. There's so many different keybinds and stuff. So I get that. Okay, and this looks like it works out well for us because we need 480 plus 127.5. So that works out pretty well. We might kind of just scale that up a little bit more just to make our lives easier. So I wanted this to be 14, and then I would just get rid of the extra. Yeah, just do that. Alright, and then copper, I saw we needed like 400 and change. You have a node here. Oh, okay, I guess we're good. We got impure, we got a pure node. I think we're just going to take that pure node because it's right in here. And that gives us pretty much what we need. We need 405. Yeah. has a little bit of overhead if we need more for whatever reason. Cool. Okay. Well, that was a lot easier than I was expecting, I'm not gonna lie. That's always nice. So let's go do Caterium first, and then copper node's like kind of right over there somewhere. All right, so we're gonna go out. So it was like in here. So we still gotta find it, but I think it was by the old concrete node. We gotta put the lights in here. Every time I come through here, I don't have a way out, and I can't do it in the moment. Alright, we will do the lights. I want to do the lights. Alright, so Caterium's like kind of right in here somewhere. I don't have a way off over here. Which is fine. I should grab like Mercer Spheres and basically anything that I can. That's not, did I do math wrong? Well, there you go. That'll do it. That's just okay. And then you should be full set before. Everybody's happy there. Okay. So if I was a node, right there, right? It's that one. If I just branch off from there and continue straight. Kind of like we've already done. Yes. Unless it's easier to get. Oh, is it down with all the other stuff? Oh, it is. Okay, interesting. Let me get this guy, because I do need power shards. Oh, I'm running out. Yep, this is fine. We're just gonna tank that. Everything's fine. Everything's great. Didn't die. Yeah, it's right there. That's right. Okay. And that's an impure node. Normal. Okay. That would be cool if we could take that, but that's fine. Okay, this already goes all the way back to base. But we do need to get this to water to build a lot of refineries. Torn. I'm really torn because we could do a little train, do the train line's right there, right? It's pretty easy to get to. You could just throw it right on this line and send it down, or just build something to get us like up into there. Decisions. Are we... Wait, we're not refining that, right? We're just smelting that. We are just smelting that. Okay. And there was another node over here, right? There was that one, and then there was one... Oh, these are different. Wait a minute. Okay. No, wait. This isn't the one I want, then, I guess. I want those two. That one would be good, but I think we'll save that. If these two are close together, it's easier. Let's see. So yeah, might just split off that one then. Unless they're underground, where that now becomes a fun problem. Oh, no, there's one. So that's the normal node. It says the stream is lagging. I apologize if that's the case. We'll try and get to a safe spot to check on things. I don't know if it is. I mean, if it is, I guess let me know. Bitrate says it's okay, but okay, where was it? It was right up there, right? I know the cave does run through here. Is that underground? If it is, I can get it. It's not the end of the world. Let's just go up here and check. Make sure that I'm not just super blind, because I kinda am super blind. No, but there's immersors here, which is cool. Okay, yeah, it's definitely in the cave. Uh-oh. I made a mistake. Yeah, mistakes were made. Thought I could stick it out. Alright, so if I were... These cave entrance to get to. I know there's one on the water there. Could go here. Oops. Oh wow, look at that. I never built supports. Let's do some of that real quick while we're here. Does do a lot. Alright, and the cave entrance is down there, so I'll just build... Yeah, I can get these back pretty quickly. Oops. Oh, I don't like that. This is good. All the way. Alright, cool. Where is it again? Over there's probably spiders in here still. I don't think I put anything down to stop them from spawning. I'll be completely honest. I doubt it. So let's find out together. It's very dark. Jeez. Yep, there they are. Hello, everybody. Let's just go right on by that. We're just gonna ignore that. And let's see. Limestone. Okay. Hello. There you are. Nice. Alright, come on. You wanna go? We can do it. Just go. Ooh, you gotta be quicker than that. Are there more of you? I think that works. Pretty good. Okay, we gotta get out there. So this is always how I've done it in the past. I should have brought power down here so I could build some lights in here, because man, is it dark. But we'll work on that. Let's start with the... Yep, that makes sense. I think I can automate these. I don't know if I have the recipe yet. I might. I should. I should have these. Would be nice to have those just ready to go. So, oh, that's right. Let's clean this up too a little bit. And okay, so we want to get the belt just out through the top. I'm gonna just kind of do a simple trick to do that. Okay, there's a couple of ways I can do this. I think I have to literally like run outside with this. That's kind of how I've done it in the past. So I'm trying to think what other setup could I do right now. Probably not much. Let's think. Is there a way I can do this without... Make a blueprint and then flip that through the floor? That'd probably be the easiest way. Hello? I have a friend that wants to be my friend? Okay. We do. See you later. Is there more of you? Where are you coming from? I don't care if it's wasteful. I'm doing it. Okay, let's try... temporary pillar. Let's clear that, and then that'll get through. Ground's not that thick usually. Is there an easy way out to the coast? I know there is nearby, right? It's one of these. I don't know if this is easier though, but we're gonna try it out. Maybe there's a power slug I didn't get. I think so. Yep. The ladder to prove I've been here. Oh, hey everybody. Bye everybody. Right. Trudge through the water. Trudge. Daylight. How nice. How bright. Okay. Squint. Yep, I've been here before. Signs of life. Okay, so we are right over here. Gotcha. There's my pillar. It works. Okay, so the plan is I'm gonna build like a hyper tube so we can just kind of go through real quick. And then make some connections and stuff like that. Alright, first let's get rid of you. And you. Definitely these guys. Two for one. 0 for one is also enough. Not as good. That guy. And that guy. Team, no fart cloud, please. Good. I think we're good. Okay, so we want the piece to come out. I guess over here is good. And we're just gonna kind of big lift through the floor. So let's do those. And that part doesn't matter terribly right now. So we're gonna have to go back down, line it up, and then bring it back up. I'm trying to decide if I want to do that first or the hypertube. I think we do this, and then once we have it in place, we do the hypertube. I should have put a hypertube in the blueprint. Smart. That would have been smart. You know what we could do, though? Wait a minute. Is just do that anyway. Hold on. The brain may be slow, but it does sometimes get there in the end. So we can do support. Do wall support. Now, I'm not going to have power down there still, so I guess we could do power too. Welcome to the early game. Oh, bro, yeah. Isn't it so fun not having manufacturers? I want to put an outlet in here too. So let's just do that, and then let's put this back. Okay, we're gonna just put that on the existing pillar. Okay, so now if we take that and just nudge this down. Okay, so I don't have power over here, but we have that over there. So I think what I'm gonna do is get that over here real quick, so that we can actually get down there. Let's try this one. Interesting. Alright, so let's get the over here. So for this one, I think we are gonna build on top actually for the first time ever, which is kind of cool. Would you look at that? It actually works. It only took 100 hours to find out. Very cool. It's always fun finding just like random channels that are fun to watch. Glad to hear it. But we don't want to go curve mode. Let's go. Alright, and then that's really all we got to do power-wise. That gets power into this, and then we can go out from here. I think I did mention that I was considering making ones without the supports and stuff, and that probably was a good idea. But we're already doing the thing, so do that next time. It's pretty easy for the most part to get out to where we need to be. Not bad. Let's build probably the I'm trying to think where I want to put the factory part. Let's get power out here though and make sure we're in a good spot down below because we could easily adjust it, honestly. I could probably... Well, no, that I don't know about because the hypertube definitely does not reach to the bottom, right? We blueprinted and barely got through the top. I hope the hypertube's actually visible. That would be really funny if we went down and it wasn't. There's a good chance that's what's gonna happen, but... Although, no, we built it... No, we should be fine. We should be fine. Because I deleted a couple foundations off of the surface, so we should, I think, be fine. But it'd be funny if it wasn't fine. Let's see. that's all good, and then we can go. So, all right, let's clear this and pick this guy up, and so. Nice. Okay. So the super fun part is getting the lift in here, and this is really my plan. That's where we currently have it, and I think that's good. I mean, we could adjust it, but I don't think there's any point. It doesn't seem like there's a big benefit in doing that. So let's throw. No. That there, we should have power. We do. We can refine it. Just now, we should get right back up. Yeah, there's not a lot to go through there, so that's good. I think that works for me. Throw the wall right here. It lines up pretty well. You go over and in. Works for me. Okay, so down we go again. We are gonna put the. So I guess we're gonna move power a little bit then, huh? We're gonna put the lift in right here. So let's go belt to there. And normally, right, we're gonna hit there, but we're gonna go take a little journey. I can't go that way because I'll put the build gun away. So you have to go this way to keep it out. Basically, the whole time. So don't hit a button and put it away by accident. Try and pay attention. Yeah, and the idea is we're just literally gonna link it up to the what do you call it? In the surface. If I was smart, I would have just put a floor hole connected to a lift in the blueprint and then just connected it up to that. That's what you should do. That's what you should do. But this is what I'm doing. So, you know, each their own at the end of the day. If it works, it works. Run all the way halfway back across the map. Just text. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Right over there. I haven't clicked on anything yet. Drum roll, please. Ta-da! See? Told you it would work. Ta-da! I think I overclocked it. Let's just go down and check real quick. Sure did. Wonderful. Okay, so yeah, definitely just make a blueprint with power, a hypertube, and the lift to get the stuff out all in one. And don't do what I did. Okay. Glad we all established that. Now we can do a little more ground clear out. Nice. And let's kind of figure this out. So I think we're just gonna make this part right here the corner. Actually hate when I'm doing that and then I accidentally hover over a lift or something and screws up your building. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was trying to be real careful. I was like, okay, don't click on anything, don't make any sudden movements. Just stay calm. Alright, so yeah, I think I want to be at this level. And we'll just make this the corner. Okay, so this is going to be a smelting block. And that's kind of like the sub-logistics floor. This is actually the logistics floor. Let's go purple corner, because that's the only one I have right now. This we could definitely rework into a doorway, though. For sure. Okay, good luck. Have fun. Right, and then just kind of build this shell real quick. All right, so I need to make how many smelters do we want to make here? Because we have the other node nearby. I think, does Caterium take like 45 ingots per minute or something like that? Yeah. I could be doing the pure, but I just don't want to deal with water right now. So we're gonna put it off as long as we can. Okay, so that means we could do like 10 2/3 from 480. So it's probably just what we'll do. And then we'll just build the other one next to it nearby and kind of call it a day, and then condense everything down and get it out of here and into electronics. And I think that'll probably be fine. It should work out. So let's do what we can. All right, things lining up pretty good. That's all good. Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's just make sure we got this correct. So that's any undefined. It's overflow. And then here. Straight in. Okay. And then power. Let's see, how can we do this? It might line up pretty well. Wait, let's go here. Let's go. this instead then. Okay, I think that works. I might make a blueprint like of this piece so I could just delete it and then slot in the right thing. That would be kind of nice. One day. And then hypertube, we should be able to bring in over here. Yeah, I'm not in the loop at all with that stuff. To be completely real, so wouldn't even know where to begin. But I definitely, yeah, I don't know. Not a huge fan. Alright, so we want to do what did we say? 10 and 2/3 in this tower. So let's throw a switch there. Let's get the main line hooked up, and that should start us running. And then we're gonna have to do our other ones there. We might actually be able to do this all in one tower. Wait a minute. Where's this other node? It's very close, right? Like down there? I think we could, actually, because we pull off the first level 180, and we're only putting on 150. Yeah, we could totally do this all in one tower. Okay, so in that case, we're gonna do tower 14. Did I copy? I don't think I copied the signs. Oh, I never set up the signs. What are we making here? 45 times... No, not 45. What do you mean? 15 per minute? Yeah, that's rough. 15 times 14 is 210 per minute. And we're doing 4 levels. Cool. We go. Okay, so we'll just have to belt that other one in, which would actually just simplify this whole process quite a bit. So we like that. And we can grab from down here. It's easier to do this way. And go. So that is not working yet because got the switch, and now we're good. Alright, so we're just going to build all of them, and then I'll hook up the final level. Or the final line. I don't want to say level. Okay. And yeah. Alright. And then up here, we just want to build 2. that. Alright, so drop them down, so we'll just bring this with us. Alright, so that is our deuterium smelter all set up to go. I was thinking it would be kind of cool to make like gold ones and different color ones for different smelting towers. I think that might be kind of a fun idea. So I think we'll hold off on doing a bunch of building here. That's not what I wanted to do. So I think what makes the most sense is I think we just go off that corner. So maybe we do place just one more of these, just so we have something to build off of. And we can take this, but we probably don't need hyperdutes. One more, I think. Yeah, because then we can just go straight down from here. So let's do this one. Let's make sure we have power going before I jump down there. It's not bad, I gotta say. It's not bad at all. Alright, so in terms of getting stuff out, doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna put a floor hole in here so I know which one's the last. Figure that one out. We're going to be doing a lot of nudging here. Oh, there's an iron nudge. So let's see. So if that's a kind of okay spot to be. Okay, there we go. That works for me. I think that's fine, honestly. Yep. Okay, and then I want to see is if we can get easy line out. I also have to power down. that, and then I guess we could pull from something like this. So there. And up and I think I have that backwards. All right, nice. So we're gonna throw in some of that. We can kind of slim that back a little bit. And I do need to block you, right? Yeah, but not all of them. Okay. I think this is that floating? It is kind of floating. Alright, and now we're just gonna run this back. Try not to hit my head. Alright, so what I would like to do here is a pretty simple way of handling this, where we just throw a priority merger in that. Tell it to focus on the center output. Make sure you're taking from that line. And then here. Let's just do it like this. And then that'll kind of fill back in what it took from the first level. And we should be good. Awesome. Alright, and then in terms of getting the Ethereum out, we're going to change that now because of that. So let's go here, up, go straight over and in, and then let's think here. You can just go straight around. And slouch at this chair. Okay. Wow, that was bad. I was really slouched over. Holy cow. I really have that moment being like, geez, my posture is terrible. Okay. Oh yeah, and then we were running into that whole problem. It's fine. We'll design a little bit different of a baseline corner for belts and stuff, I think. And then we do have to raise this up so that we're not interfering with the lines of concrete. That's not really a big deal, right? We can handle that. We do want to tiny lift it because, of course, you do. Tiny lift. All right, and then yeah, we're just gonna kind of have to run down. I think what I'm gonna do is just place these. Each one, I'm sure it's overkill, but although I guess I could see the support piece on. See, sorry for all the camera whipping around. Okay, here we go. All right, and then we could go here. I want to go there. We're gonna go to the other side. Does that not reach? There we go. That was itch. That should reach. And then we could hop like over here and drop down, or we could just stay where we are. Is anything else going to need to use this space? I don't think so. It's obviously a lot easier to not build like that. So let's do that. I think we're gonna run this down this other area. Oh, and we can throw the lights in. That's good. Finally. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's make it nighttime. I wear some cool lights. I'm trying to think, how would we get lights to shine up? I guess we do have the ability to just kind of like rotate stuff. Like I can just do that. I can just do that? Yeah, okay. And then what if we did something like this? Get rid of the ladder, of course. I will need a light switch, which we could add in right here. I mean, it kind of works. We might need a few more lights. Let's see what kind of settings we got going here. Okay, so it's all the way bright. Make this like a little warmer, maybe. Trying to think, maybe we need to. It's kind of working. It is kind of working. Let's see, I wonder if we just like. We just put these on the ground, kind of. We're just experimenting, bro. Very curious. I don't know how bright these are though. But if they do like a cool like underlit effect, then this works. And if they don't, well, we tried. This one we're gonna break and use for the lighting. Oh yeah, that does a lot more. I would like lights here too, but I don't know if we can really swing that one as well. Maybe. Let's see. We're just trying to. So. The main idea is that when you go through on the hypertube, it looks kind of cool. I mean, I don't know if it would look that cool, but maybe it would. Worth a shot. Kinda, yeah. It needs a little refinement, but the idea is there. Like, yeah. I think it could. We can also tear down the starter wheel setup. Don't need that anymore. And that's probably where we're gonna do a lot of building, so. Okay, well there we go. I did the lights. So let's see. Hey Jade, all good? Welcome. Better late than never, right? So we just set up Caterium. Let's cross that off. And now we want to go find copper. Oh, I see it. It's pinging right there by the train station. Okay. Yep, right there. So I think that's where we want to bring it. Because we are going to use the refinery, pure ingot refinery recipe here. So maybe we just go straight over and drop down and out. I think it works. Ideally, this belt highway is coming out at some point and will be replaced with trains or something better. We're maxed out oil-wise here. Like, we're not making more stuff. So I think adding another row of refineries here is good. Alright, let's do some blueprint work then before we use a bunch of blueprints. So it says fix Mark 1 pipes in the 1 in 2 out refinery blueprint. So I'll just check that out. 1 in refinery blueprint. Maybe I fixed this already, but I'm fair enough. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright. And then load up the version. Oh, I'm in it. We're in there. Okay, this one's good. Oh, hello. Okay, so I think that was it. I did want to make... Oh, I did it already. Nice. Forgot I made that change and made a separate blueprint for those. That's awesome. Okay. Plus wall. Like trust ball, but not at all like that. We don't need this. Just build a couple of those. Okay, so in terms of water, not a lot of water. Copper, it's one line. When it's coming off that line, it is not one line. Yikes, that's kind of a big number. Okay, so that's like 3-ish lines of copper. 2.5, really, if you want to be. Not even. 2 and change. So pretty good. But not something we, you know, really can't handle. We'll just have to condense them all out on here and send them up. Yeah, cool. Okay, so for starters, we are gonna grab this guy. And I think that's good. Right, that should line up with that guy. Looks good to me. Okay, so we gotta get water in, we gotta get our copper in. You are not gonna be really utilized. I'm just gonna take that out. It's fine. Okay. So, pure ingot. Love it. We need, what did I say? 27? 6. 8. And we're out of steel. Nice. Okay. That's fair. We did do a lot of building recently. Let's kind of start setting this up. So we're gonna say copper ingots. What are we making? 1,112.5. 0.5 matters. 1,100, 1,012. And level 1 of 1. Okay, let's get power going. Let's just kind of do some stuff while the depot is recovering. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. That in there, and down we go. Got the pipelines in the front. These are super easy to use. These pipes get in the way. Just run this down. Well, finish power, and then we'll run it down. Alright, so this is 20, and then we have to do 7 more after that, so... Okay, so that's 22... 4, 6, and this will be 27, so that gets us out pretty close to the existing stuff, which is nice. We should branch that all together. One thing at a time, though. Let's see, how many of these can we do now? Oh, a couple. So now I know I just have to go to the end of the row. Let's start setting... No, recipes are set. Let's start doing water. Just trying to avoid, like, running back to the base just for a little bit of steel, even though it's probably not a bad idea. So, this guy being at that height is obviously not great. This really doesn't have to be at this height. It's kind of the thing. But it's also the old blueprint, now that I'm looking at it. So it definitely wouldn't even be at this level. Like, the hypertubes and stuff would be different. Part of me wants to rework it. Is it worth doing, though? Kind of feel like it is. Even if it's just like this strip right here. Yeah, I think it's worth it. It's gonna break a couple of things, and that's... I think it's fine. I forget if this is all connected to... it's fine. We're just gonna put it back together in a minute anyway. Probably should have been a little bit more careful about that one, but you know what? It doesn't matter. If I really break some stuff, we'll just roll back to save. But I don't think we're gonna do that. That noise did surprise me, though, if you couldn't tell. I was not anticipating that. Okay, so all of this is out of picture. here is kind of what I am thinking we do. So we go here. Yep, that should be at the same height. Yes, Train, I know you're upset. I did kind of make a mistake there. That's okay. Sorry, Train. I'm trying. And then to get up here. Okay. That's right, these and the floors are not the same height, which is kind of not great, but what are you gonna do? So let's do this in reverse. That's what we're gonna do. Where if we kind of have to hit that level. Whoops. Let's make sure we're hitting that. And then we can add more. Alright, man. Have a good night. Thanks as always for hanging out. Hopefully, see you next time. Alright, so let's get power going here. Yeah, this isn't the prettiest solution, but you know what? It works. Okay, and at least this puts us on better footing, and then we can take this one. Go out, and I think that's just going to kind of motivate us to redo this whole area here. There we go. Nope. Come on. What am I missing? Did I not reconnect up top? Maybe I didn't reconnect up top. No, I didn't. Yep. And then I forget if this was going into I don't know where we had this going in, which is kind of very important. And definitely should have been thought about before I just turned everything off. That's a lot of power failing. Okay, what am I missing? that. No? So we're all good in here. One more time. Think we're all right? Yeah, no, we're good now. Okay. I don't know what changed, but whoops. Okay, I won't do that again. That was bad. Yeah, that was not pretty. Note to self, don't do that. Got it, self. Alright, well that's where we're gonna get copper in, so that's fun. God, that was kind of stressful. Alright, that's powered up. Get my little walkways. And let's just take a regular belt highway. I don't think I need hyper tubes. This guy. Grab this copper, and then definitely gonna take a break. Probably do that actually with a bunch of building. Let's go here. Okay, I think we're gonna kind of do the inverse like we did on the other tower over there. So let's just get ourselves something to build from. That. Blow up that rock. See you later, rock. And then you. And we're gonna be just kind of redo it from the top down instead. That should hopefully look better. Or do something like that. I think that works too. It's easy. And then in terms of getting stuff out, does it matter where we are? No, but we want to be on this side. So let's get that. Let's get power. Okay. It's all hooked up, and then we'll build the belt back. That'll be copper. Well, ore sorted out. Right. So for this, we said we need 405. So let's do that. Dragon. Okay, and then that, just go to that. That's kind of fine, in my opinion. And just want to see stuff go out and down, make sure nothing's broken any minute. There we go. Okay. So just gotta get this plumbed in and do water, but I think we'll take that quick break. Finish things up for the day. Yeah, so for there, we're just gonna go straight across. Actually, we'll go up. Let's do it. All right, so that's copper, and then we do have these connections over here to fix. That, and let's see. It should work. And this one, I'll just reconnect up to what we currently have. But whenever we start making magnetic field generators, this will get rerouted into that. But for now, this is fine. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, we'll deal with it. It's fine. It's fine. One thing at a time. So let's take a break. And what time is it? Yeah, we got a little bit of time. So take a moment, and I don't know what to watch. Hour. Feels good. Alrighty, your beat. Alrighty, we are back. Let's just keep going for a little bit. So we've got copper. Let's do our water, and then we can move on to other stuff. There's no way I can build a water extractor here, right? Yeah. No. Where is the closest spot? Okay, we could build something in here, and I mean, it's not a bad idea to use up this water. We gotta get all the way over there. I mean, if it's there, we could fit 2 even. I say we go for it. A as well, right? Let's get rid of this stuff too, just in case. That enables us to do a little bit more. So I'm going to say we can fit 2 in there pretty comfortably. Let's go this. I don't know why I keep ending up with an obelisk. Keep blowing stuff up, that's why. And then I'm going to want a junction. That's fine. Get rid of that. And then, let's see. The other one should be like around there. And I think we can just add a power shard here, and we'll say 150. And that's kind of it. You just have to get it, obviously, up and in, but I think for that, we're gonna kind of make like a raised piece, maybe even with this. We're just gonna run the pipes on that. So let's see. Okay, I think that works. Just get me back to where I need to go. Just a little explosives. Cool. And then we would have wall. Probably stone or something solid, more actually. Coming down to meet us there, but that is... Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, so we'll want to go up and in at some point over here. Okay, I think that works. So... that, and then I think we could just throw a pump in on that kind of secondary level here. Let's see. If I was power, I would be right over here. For me. Sure. And that should be able to get up there. Should also put in some floor holes to at least cover this up. At least kind of pretend. So we're getting water in there, so if I throw a pump right, let's do here, and then that's not quite what I wanted. So you go there, and then I can throw a pump in that, because I can't daisy chain off that one again. And that should be able to get us all the way up here. Okay, and then we can just throw a valve there just to kind of finish things off. Make sure that the water's staying in. Water's getting up there. That's good. Right. Kind of a prep day today, but that's all good. We need to have those in order to have building days. To get power in there, that's kind of important. That's fine. Let's see if we shut this off. We'll give water a minute to... Yeah, it's got to fill that up first. So let's let that happen, and then let's get power. There it is. Should all be good now. So that's all good, that's all good. These guys are still running, right? I'm just gonna... Yes, yep, those are all fine. So we're really just waiting on water to get caught up. But it's filling up all the pipelines first. Let's check the pump. The pump might be kind of maxed out, actually. There's a good chance it is. Oh no, it's fine. 32, so it should be able to handle everything. Yeah, it's still just filling up this. I mean, it is a pretty good size pipeline. We came up with a method for making sure, although it's only 240, what am I saying? I don't know why I'm thinking this is like 600 per minute. Alright, is this ever gonna fill up though? Whenever you're ready, you know? feels like it's struggling, but I guess it is just kind of a big pipeline. Probably should have something here, but it is what it is. There we go. Okay, so that is filling up. What else can we kind of focus on? All right, we have to get copper scaled up, or quartz scaled up, sorry. Do we want to use pure recipes for that? We don't. Okay. And that does mean we're gonna need a beltway over here. How much is that coal power generating, and do we even need it anymore? Probably not. We can make more power here than we actually are right now. Which is something we're gonna have to do before we start building the electronics too, actually, now that I think about it. What are we getting out of this? What is it, like 4 banks of coal? 8 per... It's 600 megawatts per, so 2,400. I mean, that is kind of a lot. How close would that bring us? That would bring us pretty close. Hey, what's up, Don? Welcome, welcome. Yes, sir, yes, sir. 2 days in a row. I think we're gonna take this out. I don't think we need this anymore. I'm doing all right, man. Thank you for asking. Hope you're doing well as well. Yeah, alright, we'll leave that for now, which means we kind of have to leave this belt highway at its current height. So how do I want to get quartz in then? I haven't really answered that question. Quartz is like all the way back there on the other side of the storage room. In the smelting tower. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a hike. It would make sense to use potentially a vehicle. How much are we making? 312? Because we are packaging fuel. Well, we're not yet, but we will be. This place is huge, jeez. The other option is also just literally building something out kind of along the edge. Oh, hello, Hyperdupe. Let's go over here and check this out. This whole guy is gonna come out. That was to feed the space elevator. The space elevator is gonna move. Okay, so quartz is all the way over here. Kind of far. Just our simple little setup here. We'll definitely have to tear this down, but it's okay. Okay, so we have a normal node at least, right? Yep. So forgot I did all this, can't lie. Okay. Well, that part can stay, I guess. It's really just up here that we have to tear out. Let's just go out here real quick. So if I were to rework this whole thing, probably just raise it up a few and start maybe like at the height of that one, right? So that they're kind of at the same level. Gotta get a bunch of silica over there. I don't think we would worry about quartz crystal, because if we want to make crystal oscillators, we could probably do that here with all the reinforced plate and cable, which is right nearby. So it's just silica. It's one line, kind of far. Decisions. I'll get this side. Hell yeah, glad to hear it as always. How's your little speedrun playthrough going? Making good progress? Kind of wondering if we route stuff over. I think I'm just overcomplicating. I feel like we should just go out around the back and call it a day. And maybe just relocate this one. So like go out further and then can swing past this end portion over and in. Started slooping things going finally. Nice. Still working on quickfire. Hell yeah. I do know all about the side quests. That I definitely can relate to for sure. Decisions, man. So many decisions. So what I think we gotta do. So I think we gotta redo this a little bit. I don't think anything is coming down these lines anymore. Right? Like we completely severed all of that. If there were, we would have seen something by now. Decisions. There's the other train of thought that we don't rebuild this and we just make it at a different height. Which is kind of an option. Okay, well with all this human and on and decision making, water should be backed up by now. Water is backed up by now. Fire away. What are we working on? The start of automated wiring, I'm assuming? Adaptive control units, actually. So kind of automated wiring, yes. Kind of, because that is like the first step, really, that we have to make. But specifically, we're working on this right here, which is circuit boards into computers and high-speed connectors, and that's kind of it, and a little more power. And then those are going into our adaptive control units, but we also need the high-speed connectors to make automated wiring. That's what I meant, really hard with part names. There's so many to keep track of. I do it all the time. But you were right. You weren't wrong. No problem there. Because we do need to make a bunch of automated wiring still. That is still on the list. So yeah, but we're kind of focusing on this first part, and I'm really just deciding how I want to get this 300 silica into the electronics factory. And I guess I'll kind of make that decision when the time comes, because right now I would like to do a truck, honestly. I think that would be a fun use of a truck. But then we have to build roads and stuff. And I don't want to do all that right now. So I think all right, I think we'll leave this stuff here and let's just build around, I guess. Because I really I don't want to like rework all this stuff for coal and then tear out the coal plant real soon, you know, and just kind of do all that for nothing. So what we can do, it should still work, right? Yeah, it does. I don't know what I was doing. Weird. This will just kind of turn. We're just gonna go out and around. I didn't think we would line up that perfectly. It's really frustrating. Nice. Yeah, at least you got something started though, right? I know what you mean though. Sometimes I'll like play for a while and then finally get something towards the end. I'm just like, this couldn't have happened an hour ago. Yeah. So here, oh, train's upset still. I'm kind of doing this and I hate it. I don't like this. All right, I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, that's just not what I want. Also, I need to see why the train is broken. Oh, because we have no power here. Yeah. Okay, that's insane that this is our power connection into the base. Yeah, it is. I mean, that's not good. Just being blunt, it's not good, but it is what it is. Okay, don't break that. Alright, where are we at? It's a little after 6. Let's see if we can do this copper or quartz scale up real fast, and then I guess next time when I got a fresh head, we can brainstorm some ways of getting it back into the other factory. So we're just going to literally rip all of this out. that away, and I guess we'll just break this down. We may as well just take it all, restart. Because ideally, we can link things up with the other Caterium facility. Okay, so we'll pull that back pretty hard. And then clear up that guy. Let's clear up that one. Honestly, while we're at it, I should probably just do iron over here. Setting up a good thing for adaptive control units is a pain. Yeah, this is definitely not the best way to go about this. I think I said it earlier, but I was like, in hindsight, I would have definitely approached this whole thing differently, knowing what I know now. You know. Hey, congrats, man. We love a personal little victory. That's awesome. I used to run quite a bit. Then I started getting some, like, not great knee, knee and foot pain and stuff. It was no bueno. But yeah, man, congrats, brother. It's awesome. Glad to see it. Glad to see it. 10K is pretty good, too. Because that's like... 5K is like 3-ish miles. That's almost like, what, like 7 miles? Pretty fucking good. Sorry, I had to convert that into American real quick, so... do we just do this at the same time? So we have the iron and stuff over there. Let's just leave it alone. I'll deal with that later. Alright, so what I think we can do. We're gonna kind of go like this. Drop down. Apparently it's 6.2 miles. That was close. 7. 6.2. Good enough. I'll take that. Take that. I know I couldn't do it, so not in my current shape. I mean, I might be able to. I probably should be struggling. It's been a while since I've done, like, distance running. Certainly not setting a PR, that's for sure. Alright. So I think we kind of have to start here. Fuck yeah, dude. It's awesome. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Oh, we're falling. Okay. Hello. Don't mind me. Just falling over here. Okay, so we can make kind of a good amount of stuff here. We're gonna want to make a little bit of extra silica. Taking it easy to avoid injuries. Yeah, it's smart. It is smart. It's definitely not a fun time getting hurt doing something like that, so... Oh, that is very old blueprint. Let's not use that one. so we should be one more over from here. That. And I would love for them to line up, but there's just no way. Yeah, we'd be very much in these rocks, so not gonna happen. But it is what it is. We could go up a level. We could go up a level. I could make this silica and like this quartz crystal. It's an idea. Still feel 23 being... Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah, man. Like, I think about sometimes when I was in college, like, I would just, like, go play soccer. You know, like, after class and stuff, like, me and some friends would go play in, like, the rec league and stuff. And, like, I'm just like, I could not imagine doing that right now, which is kind of sad, because, like, it'd be fun. But I just don't think my body is, like, in shape for that kind of thing anymore. At least at the current stage, you know. But I mean, I had a meniscus surgery, like freaking Lyme disease is like ripping my joints apart half the time, so it's like we've been through some shit. So sometimes you just gotta accept that the body ain't what the body used to be. At least I have to. I know that. I shouldn't speak for everybody. Alright, so we want 8.3 in a level. I think we're gonna do 10 to have a little bit of extra for just building and stuff. If we ever do Windows surge stuff again. Windows surgery. That's not a thing. Yeah, it wasn't fun. I can tell you that much. But you know what? We made it through. We're on the other side. Things are going a whole lot better than, you know, a couple years ago. So it's kind of funny. That's actually why I started like streaming this game, because I was recovering from my surgery and just was like, well, I got time. Let's do it. And then just kind of kept going from there. If I may ask, Lyme disease, yeah. I was out camping. So literally the timeline of it was crazy. I was working out at home. Like I had like gym equipment, you know, like weights and stuff, because I'm a small dude relatively. So I was trying to put on some weight and just, you know, be healthy as you do. And was deadlifting. I had to think of the activity. Yeah, deadlifting. And I felt this like pop in my knee. And I was like, that didn't feel good, you know? So I kind of stopped working out for the day and chilled out. And just over the next couple of days, it was just like, you know, blew up like a freaking balloon. And really hurt, obviously. But good old US of A, I had no health insurance. Could not afford to go to a doctor. So I just was like, I'm fine. I'm young. I'll be fine. You know, like it'll just go away. And it kind of did. So I was like, yeah, we're good. Went camping. On that camping trip, got bit by a tick. A lot of ticks. Got Lyme disease, probably, on that trip. And that started aggravating the knee again. Like, my knee started blowing up, and I was like, oh, man, well, I guess it's the, you know, like, whatever I did to my knee, because at the time I had no idea. I was like, I guess it's just coming back. That's really annoying. Still didn't get it checked out. And so now I have a torn meniscus and Lyme disease just like running around in there. And Lyme disease goes after your joints, which is super fun. So yeah, just wreaking havoc. I'm struggling for like a year at this point. Just kind of like still putting it off. And then finally got insurance. Went to the doctor. He was like, yeah, your meniscus is like still torn, which is kind of crazy because like it should have healed where it was. And like that should have been the first red flag of like, oh, that's weird. But he was like, all right, let's do surgery, let's fix it, you know, and you should be good. Had the surgery. Surgery was fine. He's a good surgeon, you know, he cleaned it up. It definitely got better, but like I was going to PT and it was just constantly a problem. Like I could not, after months, I was still having like clicking and my knees were like just all kind of shot and it hurt. And then I woke up one day and my freaking right hip was killing me, like on fire. And I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. This is new. You know, I was like, this shouldn't be happening. This was months after the surgery. Like, I had gone back to work, all this stuff. So I call up the surgeon. I'm just like, hey, is this something I should be worried about? And he was like, yeah, let's get some testing done. Long story short, they found out I had fluid building in my hip because of the Lyme disease. And they were like, oh, let's do a Lyme disease test. And they did it. And lo and behold, you know, it popped as a positive. And, you know, after some more treatment and stuff, I had to do a whole course of antibiotics, of course. And for the most part, that kind of resolved everything. You know, it knocked it down, and it's definitely not as bad as it was, but, like, there are lingering effects. Like, my knee's just not good, you know, anymore. It's pretty painful a lot of the times, and I was learning about it, as you do. I guess the way it works is, like, you take the antibiotics, and that takes care of the active Lyme disease, you know, like infection. But when the Lyme disease bacteria die, they leave behind this like hard outer shell, and that just floats around in your joints. And so like when your joints move around, they're just like grinding up these like shells, you know, into something that just fucking is irritating and painful. And that's just in there basically forever. Your body can't break it down. And I was like, oh, that's so fun. So that's my little medical story of why I started streaming and how I got Lyme disease and all that nonsense. So super fun. But we're here, we're thriving now, you know, and at least we're on the other side of it. So, but yeah, it's been a journey the past couple of years trying to get everything sorted out and just get back to somewhat normal, you know. So yeah, definitely don't get hurt, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Keep yourself healthy as long as possible. Because once you start hurting yourself, it's Alright, we're just gonna rip out iron. I think we have enough iron plate. I'm gonna rebuild this next stream. Get this going in a much better way. And probably start relocating some of this stuff too, because we do need to kind of improve on that quite a bit. But at least now we line up here, which is cool. And all that kind of comes together relatively well, I think. And I have no idea if we can actually make this. I think we can actually make this. Hell yeah. Exactly, man. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. That's how I'm trying to look at it. It's like, obviously, nobody would want to go through that, but if you can at least pull something decent from it, you know, that's good. Definitely gave me a lot of like perspective. That's what I say. Like it gave me a lot of just like appreciation for, you know, when you are healthy, and you know, just like the struggles that people can be going through, and you might not ever know about it, you know. But yeah, we don't have to get that deep. But yeah, it's all right. We're getting there, right? So appreciate you. All right, so we're just gonna do that. Let that kind of check the math real quick. So we're gonna make 10 constructors here, doing silica. Gives us a little bit of extra and a little bit of extra. Technically, this is in a different part of the modeler, but it's fine. This is what we have. So, whoopsie. Let's see. If I... And I think maybe... Ooh, yeah. Maybe we'll just build iron down the middle here. And kind of bridge this all into one kind of mega starter base. That would be kind of sick, actually. Wait. Because we already have everything else here. Yeah, that would be dope. We have like Caterium going in the middle. We've got iron and stuff. Oh, what's up, Aaron? How we doing? Man, that's rough. Oh, you've done both meniscus, no surgery. Dang. Try to avoid that in New Zealand. Oh, right on. Very cool, man. Both your knees still click. Yeah. Oh. Dang, bro. That's a long time. I was definitely in that like year and a half before I started being like, I feel confident, you know? like walking down a hill, that was scary as hell. I was like, I'm gonna eat it. It's gonna fucking go out on me. But yeah, I know my surgeon actually was talking about it. Appreciate you, man. You too. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad to hear that you're at least, you know, for the most part on the up and up, you know. The click. I don't think that's ever going to leave us, man. We're always going to be clicking and clacking. But yeah, my surgeon was telling me that. He was like, once you tear that spot, it's like very susceptible to getting torn again. So even if they go in and do surgery, you could have like scar tissue buildup and like other problems and pain and stuff. And he was like, and then it could still tear, you know, because it's like kind of just weak. Yeah, I really did. But it was interesting for mine. He was like, so we actually put in these like, not plastic, but whatever surgical plastic shit rings, you know, literally like if this is the tear, it's like a ring around the whole area and it like reinforces where it's weaker. So it's weird because I can feel it in my knee. Like if I like rub on that spot of my leg, I'm like, yep, that's like a freaking nub, like a ring in my knee. I can feel them. But it's supposed to like keep the spot more stable and stronger. So yeah, for the most part now I'm pretty back to normal, which is good. So, but yeah, there's definitely some times where I'm like, we're not doing that. We're not. The knee says no. Here, and this is also going to be level 1 of 1, and that guy's all good to go. Yeah. All right, so let's throw power in here real quick, and then I think. Oh wait, I do have power in here. Oh no, that's probably not real power. I think we should be able to reach over there. Yeah, we should. Beauty. Okay. So iron, we have to rebuild. Quartz and stuff we gotta fill in. All right, 6:30. I think we are gonna be calling it for today. Fortunately, I would love to keep going. So that over there, and then I'm just gonna throw. Oh, those switches are good. Okay. Oh, we're good over there. All right, cool. So yeah, next time we're gonna throw iron in the middle here, kind of rebuild that. Kind of finish out this section of the factory. We might rework how stuff is getting brought out then. Probably a good idea. And then we'll get quartz online, and hopefully we'll start making a whole bunch of electronics at the oil facility. And, you know, bit by bit, we'll start cleaning this place up, but it's taking shape. I mean, it's coming together pretty well. I really do like the kind of sprawling. Yeah, I mean, just like, come on. So good. All right. Hell yeah, man. Same here. Appreciate the hangs as always. Living through your streams at the moment? Hell yeah, dude. Oh, that brings me a lot of joy. Yeah, this place is insane. Spent the weekend building a turbo fuel mega factory. Hell yeah. Now you do some nitrogen gas. Absolutely. Yeah, no, take it slow. Sometimes you can get burnt out. I feel that massively. But I'm glad you're enjoying the streams, man. I appreciate it. And it was good chatting too. And Jade, you take care. You have a good one. Good luck on the job hunt. I hope things are maybe hopefully getting something coming. And yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you all for hanging. Appreciate every one of you. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Gonna stream tomorrow, so let's keep it up. We're just gonna keep going, keep plugging away, and yeah, be back here around 2 o'clock Eastern time, and we'll do a bunch more building. So till then, take care, be good, and I'll see you real soon. Peace.